It's been long enough. Hola boys, I've returned with another video reviewing a video game. Or, in this case, an entire franchise. Yes, we are reviewing the Portal franchise. For those out of the know, Portal is a video game series created by Valve, consisting of Portal, Portal 2, and Aperture Desk Job. Today we're going to take a look at all three of those games and give it the honest Pepsi Max rating. So, let's begin. Portal begins with us waking up in a relaxation holding cell. All that's in here is the bed, the toilet, and the radio. After a little bit, a voice comes on and activates a portal, allowing us to exit the cell and enter the first puzzle, placing a cube on a button. Amazing. We then enter the elevator and head down to the first actual puzzle. We have to wait for the portal to be placed on the cube room so we can move the cube to the button and escape. Heading on to the second puzzle, we learn that we may or may not have teeth anymore, and get our hands on our very own Aperture Science handheld portal device, or, as many know it, the portal gun. But it's not a gun. Do not call it that. Do not look into the reactive end of the device, and especially, do not call it a gun. Going into the third puzzle, we destroy the cameras using the portal gun and get on to the fourth puzzle. We find the radio, grab the cube, and do some weird stuff with the radio. Puzzle 5, destroy the cameras, place the cubes, and move on. Puzzle 6 introduces us to this weird laser thing, and we have to do more radio transmissions. We then enter Puzzle 7, where we must use the laser to activate a platform to get to the exit. Puzzle 8 then requires us to use that same method, but over deadly sewage water. We then enter Puzzle 9, where a laser gate seemingly stops us from taking the cube through. However, we use portals to get it through anyways. Puzzle 10 requires us to understand the concept of forwards momentum to complete the puzzle, and level 11 finds us using orange portals to activate the laser, and then we gain access to our own orange portals, finally completing the duality of the portal gun. Level 12 returns to momentum, and then the radio disappears. Like, literally just vanishes. Gone, like it never even happened. You know, it's been a good while in both playing and editing, trying to find this thing. Never found it. I don't know where it went. Level 13 combines buttons and lasers, and we get stuck by removing both boxes, but GLaDOS eventually opens the door for us. Level 14 has us using momentum to collect the cube, and then we use it to open up platforms to activate the laser. Easy. We then go for a bit more momentum, a bit of quick timing, and then a combination of quick timing and lasers. Level 16 introduces us to the turrets who will fire bullets at us if we come within their laser detection. So, we have to mess with them by tricking them into a portal or hitting them over with other turrets. Level 17 introduces us to our new best friend, the Companion Cube. With the Companion Cube, we redivert lasers, press buttons, and incinerate it at the very end. What a friendship. Stage 18 has us falling from the ceiling to gain speed, and then heading into a turret nightmare. Destroying the turrets and grabbing a cube, we activate a button and leave the test. And finally, the final chamber, Test 19. We redirect the laser using portals, do some quick momentums, and then we head to get our cake. Just kidding, it's a fire, and we gotta run. GLaDOS isn't very happy with our escape and calls out to us as we escape into the facility. We encounter a funny Easter egg about Black Mesa, travel through some pipes, and return to one of the earlier tests. But we avoid GLaDOS by falling down an elevator shaft and do some more portal stuff. We travel through rooms full of pounding pipes and get ambushed by turrets. Thankfully, there's only a few so we can easily knock them out. Then we trick a rocket turret into breaking a window and enter a bigger room full of turrets, and we have to knock them out one by one before escaping the chamber. After that, we return to the main hallways and enter into GLaDOS' chamber.
Well, you found me. Congratulations. Was it worth it? Because despite your violent behavior, the only thing you've managed to break so far is my heart. Maybe you could settle for that, and we'll just call it a day. I guess we both know that isn't going to happen. You chose this path. Now I have a surprise for you. Deploying surprise in 5, 4... Time out for a second. That wasn't supposed to happen. Do you see that thing that fell out of me? What is that? It's not the surprise. I've never seen it before. Never mind. It's a mystery I'll solve later.
Let's burn it.
I wouldn't. You're kidding me. Did you just set that Aperture Science thing, we don't know what it does, into an Aperture Science emergency intelligence incinerator? That has got to be the dumbest thing that. Whoa. Good news. I figured out what that thing you just incinerated did. It was a morality core they installed after I flooded the enrichment center with a deadly neurotoxin to make me stop flooding the enrichment center with a deadly neurotoxin. So get comfortable while I warm up the neurotoxin emitters.
GLaDOS has awoken, and now we have to act fast to destroy her. So, let's get rid of the rest of the cores. And that's the end.
Submission position.
And that is Portal. Although it is a bit short, it certainly was a good experience and excellent expansion in Valve's then ever-expanding library of game series. However, it doesn't even hold a candle to the game that follows it a few years later.
Good morning. You have been in suspension for 50 days.
Portal 2 begins with us doing a mandatory exercise course before going back to sleep and waking up. Later.
Good morning. You have been in suspension for 99999.
The room is now decaying and a voice is calling out for us, but this time it's not GLaDOS, it's Wheatley. He informs us we have major brain damage before he attempts to relocate the room while destroying the room.
And whose fault do you think it's going to be when the management comes down here and finds 10,000 flipping vegetables?
We break open a wall using the room and escape into the original holding cell from Portal 1. The facility has fallen into ruin ever since we killed GLaDOS, and now using the emergency automatic system, we must traverse through some simple puzzles using cubes and pre-placed portals. We then entered the rotting chamber from the first game where we got the portal gun, before falling down into a makeshift chamber and get our own portal gun. And yes, I am aware this is one of Ratman's chambers. We then continue through some more puzzles until we reach a dead end, and Wheatley has to detach from his special rail and opens up the wall for us. And before we know it, we've arrived at GLaDOS' chamber. What a sight.
She's off, don't panic over, she's off. All fine, on we go. There she is. What a nasty piece of work she was, honestly. Like a proper maniac. Do you know who ended up taking her down in the end? You're not going to believe this. A human. I know, I wouldn't have believed it either. Apparently this human escaped and nobody's seen him since.
We then head downstairs to reactivate the power.
This is the main breaker room. Look for a switch that says escape pod. Alright, don't touch anything else. Not interested in anything else. Don't touch anything else. Don't even look at anything else. Just, well, obviously you've got to look at everything else to find the escape pod. But as soon as you look at something that doesn't say escape pod, look at something else. Look at the next thing, alright? But don't touch anything else or look at anything. Well, look at other things, but don't. You understand. Can you see it anywhere? I can't see it anywhere. Tell you what, plug me in and I'll turn the lights on. Let there be light. That's, God. Just quoting God. Oh, look at that! Turning. Ominous. But probably fine, as long as it doesn't start, moving up. Now. Escape pod. It's moving up. Okay, no, don't worry. I've got it. This should slow it down. No, makes it go faster. Uh-oh.
Power up initiated.
Okay, don't panic. All right, stop panicking. I can still stop this. Oh, there's a password. Okay, it's fine. I'll just hack this. Not a problem. A. Okay. C. Wait, did I do you have a pen? Start writing these down.
Power up, complete.
I don't. Okay. Listen. All right, new plan. Act natural. You've done nothing wrong. Hello.
Oh, it's you.
You know her?
It's been a long time. How have you been? I've been really busy being dead. You know, after you murdered me.
You did what? Oh no! No! Oh no! Ah!
Okay, look, we both said a lot of things that you're going to regret. But I think we can put our differences behind us. For science, you monster. I will say, though, that since you went to all the trouble of waking me up, you must really, really love to test. I love it too. There's just one small thing we need to take care of first.
Falling down a shaft into the incinerator, we recollect our portal gun and travel back up to the test chambers, while GLaDOS tells us what a terrible person we are. We are then introduced to the aerial faceplate, which is fancy speech for a pad that throws you.
Did you know that people with guilty consciences are more easily startled by loud noises? I'm sorry, I don't know why that went off. Anyway, just an interesting science fact. Go ahead and grab another one. Oh, no. I fizzled that one too. Oh well. We have warehouses full of the things. Absolutely worthless. I'm happy to get rid of them.
Portal 2 serves as a great reminder of the personality that Valve games take on. There's a special kind of comedy, cynicism, and storytelling with Valve games that it's very hard to replicate them. Moving on to the next test, we meet some very angry robots, break the plate, and then have a quick chat with Wheatley. A few tests later, we get reintroduced to our best friend, Sentry Turrets. GLaDOS then takes us to have a surprise birthday party for us, filled with cake, confetti, our parents, the companion cube. Oh.
I made it all up. Surprise. Oh, come on. If it makes you feel any better, they abandoned you at birth. So I very seriously doubt they'd even want to see you. I feel awful about that surprise. Tell you what, let's give your parents a call right now.
The birth parents you are trying to reach do not love you. Please hang up.
Oh, that's sad. But impressive. Maybe they worked at the phone company. What's going on? Who turned off the lights?
Hey, buddy! I'm speaking in an accent that is beyond her range of hearing.
Look, Metal Ball, I can hear you.
Run! I don't need to do the voice. Run!
We are escaping! GLaDOS briefly traps us with some turrets and we make it to the lift as the other chambers crash around us. GLaDOS has turned off the lights and now we must traverse the facility only by Wheatley's light. The lights turn back on and we enter the turret manufacturing sector. We must corrupt GLaDOS' turret supply by replacing them all with defective turrets.
See that scanner out there, right? It's deciding which turrets to keep and which to toss, and it's using that master turret there as a template. Now, if we pull out the template turret, it'll shut down the whole production line. Right, I'm gonna have to hack the door so that we can get at it. Technical, you'll need to turn around while I do this. Turn around! Done! Hacked. Okay, go on, just pull that turret out.
Response.
Yeah, let's do it.
Template. Response.
Well, that should do it.
Template missing. Template. Continue.
Oh, brilliant! That's brilliant!
New template accepted.
If we're lucky, she won't find out all her turrets are crap until it's too late.
Response.
Classic. Okay, keep your eye on the turret line. I'm gonna go and hack the door open.
Template.
Okay, I'm
Response.
about to start hacking. It's a little bit more complicated than it looked from your side. It should
Response.
take about 10 minutes. Keep one eye on the door.
Response.
This door's actually pretty complicated. Ah! How long's the door been open?
We then travel down to the neurotoxin generator, witness some turrets being destroyed, and then absolutely Shrek the neurotoxin generator.
That did it! Neurotoxin at 0%, yes! Hold on.
Warning. Neurotoxin pressure has reached dangerously unlethal levels.
The tube's broken! We can ride it straight to her! I can't hold on! Come on! Come on, we have to go!
We then have to travel up to GLaDOS on our own before finding the door.
I honestly, truly didn't think you'd fall for that. In fact, I devised a much more elaborate trap further ahead for when you got through this easy one. If I'd known you let yourself get captured this easily, I would have just dangled a turkey leg on a rope from the ceiling. Well, it was nice catching up. Let's get to business. I hope you brought something stronger than a portal gun this time. Otherwise, I'm afraid you're about to become the immediate past president of the Being Alive Club. Seriously, though, goodbye.
It's my big chance. This is trouble. Not again. Here comes Doc. Lots and later. Oh,
Oh, you were busy back there. Well, I suppose we could just sit in this room and glare at each other until somebody drops dead. But I have a better idea. It's your old friend, deadly neurotoxin. If I were you, I'd take a deep breath and hold it.
Hello.
I hate you so much.
Warning. Central core is 80% corrupt.
That's funny. I don't feel corrupt. In fact, I feel pretty good.
Alternate core detected.
Oh, that's me they're talking about.
To initiate a core transfer, please deposit substitute core in receptacle.
Core transfer. Oh, you are kidding me.
Substitute core accepted. Substitute core. Are you ready to start the procedure?
Yes.
Corrupted core. Are you ready to start the procedure?
No.
Oh, yes she is.
No.
Stalemate detected. Transfer procedure cannot continue.
Yes.
Pull me out, pull me
Unless a
out.
stalemate associate is present to press the stalemate resolution button.
Pull me out, leave me in. Don't press it.
Don't do it.
Yes, do it.
Don't press that button. You don't know what you're not so fast. Think about this. You need to be a trained stalemate associate to press that button. You're unqualified.
Don't listen to us, alright? It is true that you don't have the qualifications.
Stalemate resolved.
Go! Wait, what if this hurts? What if this really hurts? Ah, I didn't think of that.
Oh, it will. Believe me, it will.
Are you just saying that, or is it really going to hurt? You're just saying that, aren't you? No, you're not. It is going to hurt, isn't it? Exactly how painful are we? Ah!
No! Stop! No! No! No!
Wow! Check me out, partner. We did it! I'm in control of the whole facility now. Whoa! Would you look at this? Not too bad, eh? Giant robot, massive. It's not just me, right? I am bloody massive, aren't I? Oh, right, yeah, the escape lift. I'll call it now. There we go. Lift called. Look how small you are down there. I can bend. Let me tell you, I knew it was going to be cool to be in charge of everything. But, wow, this is cool. And check this out. I'm a bloody genius now.
Estás usando este software de traducción de forma incorrecta. Por favor, consulte el manual.
I don't even know what I just said, but I can find out. Oh, sorry, no, the lift. Yes, sorry, I keep forgetting. This body's amazing, seriously. I can't get over how small you are, but I'm huge. Actually, why do we have to leave right now? Do you have any idea how good this feels? I did this. Tiny little Wheatley did this.
You didn't do anything. She did all the work.
Oh, really? That's what the two of you think, is it? Well, maybe it's time I did something then.
What are you doing? No, no, no!
And don't think I'm not onto you too, lady. You know what you are? Selfish. I've done nothing but sacrifice to get us here. And what have you sacrificed? Nothing. Zero. All you've done is boss me around. Well, now who's the boss? Who's the boss? It's me. Ah! See that? That is a potato battery. It's a toy for children. And now she lives in it.
I know you.
Sorry, what?
The engineers tried everything to make me behave, to slow me down. Once, they even attached an intelligence dampening sphere on me. It clung to my brain like a tumor, generating an endless stream of terrible ideas.
No, not listening, not listening.
It was your voice.
No, you're lying, you're lying.
You're the tumor. You're not just a regular moron. You're designed to be a moron.
I am not a moron!
Yes, you are. You're the moron they built to make me an idiot.
Well, how about now? Now who's a moron? Could a moron hunt you into this pit? Ah! Could a moron do that? Uh-oh.
We keep falling down the pit while Potatoes laments to us about Wheatley's origin.
Well, we are going somewhere, alarmingly fast, actually. But since we're not busy other than that, here's a couple of facts. He's not just a regular moron. He's the product of the greatest minds of a generation, working together with the express purpose of building the dumbest moron who ever lived. And you just put him in charge of the entire facility. Good, that's still working.
And we slam face first into the dropper. A bird flies away with Potatoes as we find ourselves deep under Aperture. There's debris everywhere and signs warning us to stay away. Ignoring the signs, we eventually reach a vault door. We have to activate both buttons at the same time to open the door, and it reveals something we would have never assumed about Portal. A door. We've now landed in old Aperture and get to listen to Cave Johnson while exploring the abandoned science facility.
Welcome, gentlemen, to Aperture Science. Astronauts, war heroes, Olympians, you're here because we want the best. And you are it. So, who's ready to make some science?
I am.
Now, you already met one another on the limo ride over, so let me introduce myself. I'm Cave Johnson. I own the place. That eager voice you heard is the lovely Carolyn, my assistant. Rest assured, she has transferred your honorarium to the charitable organization of your choice. Isn't that right, Carolyn?
Yes, sir, Mr. Johnson.
She's the backbone of this facility. Pretty as a postcard, too. Sorry, fellas. She's married. To science.
We then complete some more puzzles using the dated versions of Aperture's tests. Review aside, can you imagine how much the energy bill is for this place? Like, not only having an absolutely huge facility as the top layer, but decades of old experiments below ground that still have full lighting and electronics running to them.
I like your style. You make up your own rules, just like me. Bean counter said I couldn't fire a man just for being in a wheelchair. Did it anyway. Ramps are expensive.
Based. We then get to mess around with the blue gel, which bounces us when we touch it. After completing some more tests, we receive Cave Johnson's thanks, and then we continue onwards to the next gel reactor, where we activate the orange gel. We then head on into 1970s Aperture, where they've clearly had a budget cut. After using momentum to head upstairs, we reunite with Potatoes, who is being eaten by the bird. She agrees to work with us to defeat Wheatley, and we return to testing.
Did anything happen while I was out?
The testing area is just up ahead. The quicker you get through, the quicker you'll get your $60.
Hold on.
Carolyn, are the compensation vouchers ready?
Yes, sir, Mr. Johnson. Boy, did I just... Who is that? What the hell is going on here?
Ooh, foreshadowing.
Great job, astronaut, war hero, and or Olympian. With your help, we're gonna... This on? Hey, listen up down there. That thing's called an elevator, not a bathrobe.
I swear I know him.
After completing those tests, we travel up to the third pump station to activate the white gel, while Potatoes is having an existential crisis.
Carolyn, why do I know this woman? Did I kill her? Or... Oh my god. Look, you're doing a great job. Can you handle things for yourself for a while? I need to think.
We then arrive at 1980's Aperture, where the sights are not so good. Cave Johnson is ill, and Aperture is running out of money. On a side note, Aperture has been testing these portal guns for the better part of, 50 years? And they never once thought, oh, we could sell these and make money. We just need to keep testing them over and over again, until we can be absolutely sure that they work in every single circumstance possible. You have 50 years to perfect this technology, and somehow you still can't make a profit? Like you talk about in the first game about making DoD deals using GLaDOS, and you still can't make money.
When life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Make life take the lemons back. Get mad! I don't want your damn lemons! What am I supposed to do with these?
Take the lemons.
Demand to see life's manager. Make life rue the day and thought it could give Cave Johnson lemons. Do you know who I am? I'm the man who's gonna burn your house down with the lemons. I'm gonna get my engineers to invent a combustible lemon that burns your house down.
Finding people. He said what we're all thinking.
The point is, if we can store music on a compact disc, why can't we store a man's intelligence and personality on one? So I have the engineers figuring that out now. Wait a minute. Artificial intelligence. We should have been working on it 30 years ago. I will say this, and I'm gonna say it on tape so everybody hears it 100 times a day. If I die before you people can pour me into a computer, I want Carolyn to run this place. Now she'll argue. She'll say she can't. She's modest like that, but you make her. Hell, put her in my computer, I don't care. Alright, test over. You can head on back to your desk.
Goodbye, sir.
We are now making our way back up to the upper layer, using the newly discovered gels to make surfaces on our own. After spitting some white gel into the air vents, we make our way up to the surface vault door, and Potatoes comes up with a plan.
Wait, I've got an idea. That poster. Go look at it for a second, would you? Paradoxes. No AI can resist thinking about them. I know how we can beat him.
After taking the elevator back up, we run into Wheatley trying to make one of his creations work, to no success. To assist him, we complete the puzzle, and Potatoes tries using the paradox.
I knew you'd solve it.
Hey, moron.
Oh. Hello?
Alright, paradox time. This sentence is false.
True. I'll go true. Yeah, that was easy. I'll be honest, I might have heard that one before though. Sort of cheating.
It's a paradox. There is no answer. Look, this place is going to blow up if I don't get back in my body.
False. I'll go false.
Explosion imminent. Evacuate the
Hold
facility
on. I thought
immediately.
I fixed that.
Warning. Reactor core is at critical.
There, fixed. Hey, it is great seeing you guys again. Seriously, it turns out I'm a little bit short on test subjects right now, so this works out perfect. And off we go. You have no idea what it's like in this body. I have to test all the time, or I get this itch. You know, it must be hardwired into the system or something. Oh, but I'll tell you, when I do test, oh man alive, nothing feels better. It's just, that's what I've got to test. That's what I've got to test. So you're gonna test, and I'm gonna watch, and everything is gonna be just.
Warning. Core overheating. Nuclear meltdown imminent.
We then go and complete one of Wheatley's tests, and he enjoys it so much he has us do it again.
It's alright, everything's good, I just invented some more tests.
This is one of my tests.
Not entirely, not entirely. Look at the word test there on the wall, that's grand.
We then get introduced to this floating thing. If we stay in it, it floats us upwards, and we use this to get the cube turret thing to hit a button on the ceiling.
Alright, okay, this is taking too long, okay? I'll just tell you how to solve the test, okay? See that button over there, alright? You just... Ah!
And that's why I can't help you solve the tests.
Never mind, solve it yourself. You're on your own. Oh, yes. Well done.
Thanks. All we had to do was pull that lever.
What? Well, no, you pressed the... Ah!
I know we're in a lot of trouble and probably about to die, but that was worth it.
After a few more tests, it's unfolding. The core is melting down, and the facility is showing that. The screens and tests have stopped working, there's lots of explosions, and Wheatley's going insane. And worst of all, he has a surprise.
To be honest, after you told me to turn that beam off, I thought I had lost you. Went poking around for other test subjects. No luck there. Everyone's still dead. Oh, I did find something though. Reminds me, I've got a big surprise for you two. Seriously, look forward to it. I'll bet you're both dying to know what your big surprise is. Well, only 2 more chambers.
We're running out of time. I think I can break us out of here in the next chamber. Just play along.
Surprise! We're doing it now.
Okay, credit where it's due. For a little idiot built specifically to come up with stupid unworkable plans, that was a pretty well-laid trap.
You've probably figured it out by now, but I don't need you anymore. I found 2 little robots back here, built specifically for testing.
Oh no, you found the Cooperative Testing Initiative. It's something I came up with to phase out human testing just before you escaped. It wasn't anything personal, just, you know, you did kill me. There's fair. Well, this is the part where he kills us.
Hello! This is the part where I kill you.
And now is the part where he kills us. After escaping the part where he kills us, we weave our way through his failed plans and keep on the run.
I'll be honest, the death traps have been a bit of a failure so far for both of us. I think you'll agree. And you are getting very close to my lair. Lair. It's weird, isn't it? First time I've said that out loud. It sounds a bit ridiculous, really. But I can assure you, it is one. It is a proper lair. Deadly lair. And I just wanted to give you the chance to kill yourself now.
Oh my god. What has he done to this place? You know, I'm not stupid. I realize you don't want to put me back in charge. You think I'll betray you. And on any other day you'd be right. The scientists were always hanging cores on me to regulate my behavior. I've heard voices all my life, but now I hear the voice of a conscience, and it's terrifying. Because for the first time, it's my voice.
After traveling back to the main structure, we find the corrupted core's containment and make a plan. And now we've arrived at Wheatley's lair. Even though Wheatley came with bomb shields because he knew what GLaDOS suffered, we still find a way to use it against him while GLaDOS delivers us the first corrupted core. Repeat this a few times and Wheatley is finally corrupt enough. It's time for a core transfer.
Manual core replacement required.
Ah, I see.
Substitute core. Are you ready to start? Corrupted core. Are you ready to start?
What do you think?
Interpreting vague answer as yes.
No. You didn't pick up on my sarcasm.
Stalemate detected. Fire detected in the stalemate resolution annex. Extinguishing.
Oh, that just cleans right off, does it? Well, that would have been good to know a little earlier.
Stalemate resolution associate. Please press the stalemate resolution button.
Go press the button. Go press it.
Do not press that button.
So close. Go press the button.
No! Do not do it! I forbid you to press it!
Press it. Press the button.
Don't press R5! Booby trap the stalemate button! What? Are you still alive? You are joking! You have got to be kidding me! Well, I'm still in control, and I have no idea how to fix this place. Oh, you had to play bloody cat and mouse, didn't you? What? space!
Space.
Let go! Let go! I'm still connected! I can pull myself in! I can still fix this!
I already fixed it. And you are not coming back.
Oh no! Change your plans! Hold on to me! Tighter! Grab me! Grab me! Grab me! Grab me!
Oh, thank God, you're all right. You know, being Carolyn taught me a valuable lesson. I thought you were my greatest enemy, when all along you were my best friend. The surge of emotion that shot through me when I saved your life taught me an even more valuable lesson, where Carolyn lives in my brain.
Carolyn, delete.
Goodbye, Carolyn. You know, deleting Carolyn just now taught me a valuable lesson. The best solution to a problem is usually the easiest one. And I'll be honest, killing you is hard. You know what my days used to be like? I just tested. Nobody murdered me, or put me in a potato, or fed me to birds. I had a pretty good life. And then you showed up, you dangerous, mute lunatic. So you know what? You win. Just go. It's been fun. Don't come back.
And that is the end of Portal 2. This is, quite honestly, a very rare example of a sequel being better than the original. In every sense of the word, Portal 2 is leagues better in storytelling and voice acting, the graphics, the world building, and overall everything. If there was anything that was left open by Portal, Portal 2 came and made sure to do it above and beyond.
Portal 2 has so many little details and features that make it so great that it's hard to get them all on note, but I'll list a few. Like the detail of us traveling through the final test of the first game after getting our Portal comeback, or the fact that the final boss is a perfect mirroring of the final boss from the first game. Whereas in the first game you defeat GLaDOS by removing cores and destroying them, In the second game, you disable Wheatley using rockets similar to GLaDOS and defeat him by attaching cores to him. Although Portal 2 is a lot more lore-driven than the previous game, especially in old Aperture, it doesn't stray too far from its puzzle genre roots, and even drives its story using these puzzles. Even the cut content is cool, such as the idea that you would kill Cave Johnson by unplugging him. Wait a minute.
Aperture Desk Job starts off with us getting an introduction by Cave Johnson. Then it's revealed that the wrong tape was played, and we are just a tester
You,
of
in the
products.
overalls. Get to work, or you're fired.
They don't give out overalls anymore.
Our robot friend introduces himself as Grady, and we begin our testing job. Grady comes down after a bit to overview us, and we get into some hijinks with a faulty toilet.
You know what? It's not our job to test if the toilet's on fire, right? Just do your regular thing like normal. Move it down the line, and then it's somebody else's problem. You think your job's bad? I mean, do you hear that? Hold on, let me take a look. Yeah, keep testing. Can you get me out of here, please? Thank you. Nope, I'm just wet now. No, it's working. Huh? Just test it. Get it out of here. Oh. So, first off, I think we're in a lot of trouble here. Now, I also think we're going to be rich. Because I think you just admitted something.
Grady leaves to tune with the toilet turret. In a few months he returns. We take photos of it and then test it out.
Okay, normally I'd walk you through everything, but I think you get it. Let's just open everything at once and see what happens. Wow, right? Oh, this is great. This thing shoots so good. Okay, a bar fell off. Keep going. Alright, something else fell off. You can still shoot everything else. Don't even worry about it. Okay, quite a bit is falling off. Keep shooting. You're not doing this. This is a structural engineering problem. It's on me. You're doing great. I bet it's the glue. I'm 99% convinced that. It even looked cheap when I bought it. I remember looking at it like, spend the extra $1. And yep, here we are.
That's a bit of damage.
Wow. Alright. So some of the stuff I put on there just didn't work. Most of it, like 90%, or even higher maybe. But some of it worked great. So all we have to do is keep the great stuff, and then we can... So, okay. That's the police. So, one of us needs to streamline this turret, right? And one of us needs to take the fall for shooting up the warehouse. Because this is a lot of damage, and they're gonna look into this. Which job do you want? How about I fix the turret, and you take... Yeah, I'll do that part. Remember, if anyone asks, you don't know me.
After rotting in jail for a while with our desk, mind you, we get freed under parole, except Grady's our parole officer. Truly a small world. But first, I must sign to be released.
After the tone, state your name into the desk. Inmate's name is now preserved for the permanent record as... Moving on. Now, type your name. Moving on. Now, sign your name.
Grady has re-engineered the toilet to be more simple, and we test it out again. After testing it, Grady reveals we have an interview scheduled with Cave Johnson, but on our way there we get ambushed by laundry machine turrets. Now we must fight our way up before deciding to get up there fast by activating the desk rocket, because why not? We crash land in Cave Johnson's office. We open the door, and...
let's just go in. Mr. Johnson, are you here?
Hey there. It's me, Cave Johnson. No, not behind the giant head. I am the giant head. I'm gonna level with you. A few years back, I got real sick. Body riddled with disease. I was a goner. Threw every dollar I had at it. Told those eggheads, hey, eggheads, make me live forever. Now, I know what you're thinking. You gave the smartest engineers on Earth a blank check to make you immortal, and this is what they came up with? A giant head? Off by a mile. No. They figured out how to put my consciousness in a computer. That's what's in the giant head. Their first plan was to put me in a regular brain-sized computer, then they'd put that in a robot body, and hey, presto. Well, turns out you can't fit an entire human mind in a computer that small. All I could do was tell time and know what my name was. So they kept making it bigger. Big enough to cram every last bit of me into this thing. What happened to my robot body? Still under the head, somewhere, all crushed up. Couldn't support the weight. So the lab boys put me in the big head, switched me on, and, I don't know, I panicked. Killed a few of them. Said I'd kill more if they ever came back. Honestly, I regret that now. Anyway, that was 4 years ago. Been trying to get somebody's attention ever since. Get their butts up here and end my suffering. Now, don't worry about me. It's been a full life, but we're done here. I'm itching for the next step. Heck, I'm excited about it. Don't even think of it as killing me. You're breaking me out of prison. I'm just data now. I need you to crack this big clay head open so I can spill out into the universe. So, what do you two eggheads got?
You are in luck. We actually came up here to show you our new invention.
Good stuff. Let's see it.
Show 'em, partner.
Whoa, that'll work. To be honest, I thought you were two lunatics who dragged a toilet up here. But you are geniuses.
Called us geniuses. Oh, no.
What?
You are made of metal, sir.
So shoot the metal. Is it working? In the head, I can't see.
It's working great, sir.
It doesn't feel like it's working.
Hey, you see that? I think that's his power source.
Up, here we go. Powering down. The great beyond. Well, I'll give you two credit. That is one hell of an invention. You did it. You figured out how to end my suffering. All right. Suffering ended in 3, 2.
Backup power activated.
You're both fired. I'm gonna need your key cards. Just lay them down in front of the head. Not too close to the chin, or I won't be able to see them. Uh-oh.
You know what? It just occurred to me that the only person who knows Cave Johnson asked us to kill him is now dead. Yeah. Do you know what the punishment for murder is? They told us in parole officer school, you're not gonna like this. It's life. Your whole life in prison. We should leave. Don't touch anything. And bring the desk.
Time skips forward a few months and we are now working at Aperture once more under new names. We continue our job as usual, and the game is over. And that is Aperture Desk Job. This certainly is a lot shorter than the previous Portal games, which is to be expected as a spin-off / tech demo for the Steam Deck. But even then, it still has all the qualities of a Valve game more than a decade after Portal 2. They still have it. And thus, it works very well. And with that comes the conclusion so far to the Portal series of games. 2 mainline games and a spin-off. Do I recommend this? Absolutely yes. But the real question is, what do I enjoy more? Well, it's clearly Portal 2. Everything about the game is much better, but that's not to say the other games are bad. Just not as good. They're all still legendary games in their own rights, and I feel like these are great games for anyone to play, regardless of what games they like. So, with that, here are my Pepsi Max ratings. Portal, 4 Pepsi Maxes out of 5. Portal 2, 5.5 Pepsi Maxes out of 5. And Aperture Desk Job, 3.5 out of 5, honestly. And with that, I feel like this is the end of the review. I mean, what else is there to review? Bridge Constructor Portal? Make sure to smash the subscribe bell and obliterate the like comment. And I'll see you next time when I eventually get back to working on Minecraft Part 3.